All right, so it's time to put together our empathy map for this Ad Wars battle for Stop Your Divorce. And so this is the document we're going to fill out. I'm going to walk you through all of it. But I just want to walk you through. So I went and filled out my entire market map. I want to talk about some of the high level findings and really how I'm going to focus my efforts on this. So for all of our indirect competition, after going through and evaluating all of them except for Divorce Writer, an instant online divorce, these are both national. Everything else was local, meaning there's just not a lot of appetite for a national divorce company. These are both just forms. So it's basically like $150 a month, or so $150 to get your divorce forms filled out. So they don't do a whole lot on advertising other than search advertising. There's not a big back end to it. They literally are just dollar in, dollar out. And the local people are law firms. So there's not a whole lot I want to pay attention to there. Basically, the messaging that I got from all of them is fast, simple, and easy. If you've made up your mind for divorce, you're out. This is what they do. So, what I really want to focus on are our direct competitors to figure out what they've been saying and doing to attract people, and then to really understand where they're placing their messages. Those are some of the things I'm going to look at. This is how I'm going to use my market map to inform my decisions, both with the empathy map and for future, kind of all the way through the campaign planning. So with our empathy map, the place we start, and what I told you, is the first we need to figure out is their heaven and their hell. So we're talking about people who are about ready to go through a divorce here. So I'm just going to plug this in my first box. Their hell, they are in a relationship. Oops. With no love. And I'm going to change this. It's going to be a lot smaller. Apologize for the formatting, but sometimes you just got to do it. So they're in a relationship with no love. They feel that it's a one-sided, so it's a one-sided affair, one-sided relationship. And I love up here when I look at, I think it was Marriage Max. Somebody called them, the Lone Ranger. That was great. So they feel like the Lone Ranger. Lone Ranger. Thought that was awesome. Is the way of describing it. So that's some of their hell. What else is their hell? They feel they aren't sure if they want to get divorced or try to work things out. Is it a lost cause? So those are some of the emotions they're feeling. The other things that they're kind of have been processing based on, oops, not section 2. I want to have another text box here. The other piece is their hell, so they still love the other person, but no matter how much, whoops, they tell them that, they seem to be pushing them away. And then the last piece is the kids. So they feel like they want to improve the marriage for the kids, but don't have the love in the relationship any longer. So this is kind of their hell. They're stuck in a situation that they want to be in, but the other person doesn't want to. They feel alone. They feel like they are trying, and with it's a pointless exercise. This is how they feel, and so their heaven. What can we promise them? So their heaven would be to find someone or something that could help them bring the love back into their relationship. And I found that from Strong Marriage Now. She said, not in love, check back into your relationship or feel stuck. Those were kind of the things that really stuck out to me, you're injecting the love back into your relationship. Um, just super interesting stuff as far as the way that what people are looking for. They want to get back into it. What I thought was also really interesting is on Marriage Helper, their ad campaigns. They had a lot of ad campaigns for Ashley Madison. So for people who are actively cheating, they were trying to go through and help them resurrect that. So um, really, get the love back into their relationship, no matter what's happened before. So affairs, etc. Um, they want an opportunity to improve their relationship before calling it quits. And this could be a little bit of the fallacy of continuing to put more and more into something you feel since you've invested in it. I can't remember the word right now, but their heaven is to have a relationship, reinvigorate. Wow, reinvigorate their relationship and save their marriage. That's what their heaven is. They want to have their relationship back. So, old days back, college, young love. They want to find a way to make that happen, and so that's really what we're selling here is getting their old life back, getting their old relationship back. That's what we're selling. And so the bridge of what we need to convey is from their hell to their heaven. We can help you get your old relationship back. And so the sales letter that we've been provided does that so well. It talks about the fact that here's the 4 things that you cannot do if you want your relationship back. Oh, and by the way, here's 3 behaviors that could help you get them back. Oh, and if you really want to have a chance of success at this, you should buy our ebook. And if it doesn't work, you get your money back. So it's a really great sales letter. We just have to make sure we're framing it to the right people and moving them through the process. So now that we understand their heaven and their hell, it's time to go through and map out what they're seeing, thinking, hearing, saying, and doing. So from the seeing side, this is when we're looking at ads and some of the landing pages. So what are they seeing? Well, the first thing is that 50% of marriages end in divorce. That's a statistic that they're seeing. And I don't even need to look that up. I know that. I know that that's a fact because I'm getting married in a couple months now. And that's something that's stuck out is, holy cow, so many marriages end in divorce. It's almost become an everyday occurrence for people. So that's scary. And I think they know that they might just become another statistic. Ooh, that's a good one for down here. Don't become another marriage statistic. I don't know if I spelled that right. I can't see it down here. Nope, definitely didn't. Statistic. That's something we can help them avoid. That's going to be an exciting one to go through and test out. But essentially, we've got to the point now that we know that they're seeing those statistics. When it comes to a lot of the things that we've been reading about, so divorce info, like these are just some very basic sites that we're going and looking at. So there's divorce attorneys, things like lots of divorce attorneys. Ooh. Simple, quick divorces. No time and little money. I mean, just stuff that, like, this is what they're seeing on a daily basis when they start to research divorce is the amount of people, like, just advocating how easy it is. What else? Let's just go look. So, divorce. Let's just see what else that they're going to find. So, easy, cheap, fast, divorce paperwork in minutes. How to divorce. How do you go about getting a divorce? Uncontested. So, basically the way I go through and fill up this section is I'm just going to read what other people are reading about. So 11 questions to ask. Have you made clear your concerns about the relationship? So expectation setting, expectations, and recovery options are on the table. What else are they seeing? Research shows people 30 to 35% of what is said to them. So full of understand how your partner expects to behave. If there's a way, what would it be? Minister of Education, would you really be happier without your partner? So this is something I've read several times, is along the lines of if you can envision a life without your partner, you should get a divorce. That was a quote that I saw several times. That's the other thing I'll search for. So let's go back here and look at when is it time to get a divorce. Thinking what the time, 10 signs. Let's look at this stuff. So you convince you're better off alone. Your needs are longer alone. You're staying together for the kids. You've tried counseling, but you can't seem to come together. You're being abused. Ooh, lesser of two evils. I like that one. That's a good one. Marriage is lesser of two evils. That is a very blunt, hard statement, but something that if your market sees that, they have some serious thoughts going through their brain. What else? No longer truly trust or respect your. So trust is gone. Can't save the relationship. I mean, they're going through some really difficult things. This is really, really tough of going through this process. And so once we've got a good idea now of what they're seeing, let's move to what they're thinking. So when someone's contemplating a divorce is, am I not trying hard enough? When is it time to call it quits? Enough is enough. What else are they thinking? They're probably thinking about, so let's go look at our keyword. It's what the keyword planner is great for. So if we look here in the average monthly searches when it comes to divorce, child support, they're thinking about child support. So child support, finances, financial impact. Mediator, alimony, prenup, annulment, guardian, separation, child support payments, child support calculator. Ooh, that's really interesting. So child support calculator. They're really deep into the weeds there, thinking about the implications of getting divorced. Common law marriage, how to file. So what are the steps to divorce? I would say the other thing here is, do any marriages, can a marriage be saved? You get to that point where you're like, has anybody ever done this? Is it possible? What else? How to file, what are the steps, legal separation, how much is it going to cost me? And I think this is really important to talk about now. This will definitely be something that goes into my customer personas, but the wrong people here, I always hear a bunch of guys talk about, well, why is divorce so expensive? Because it's worth it. That's not who we want to be targeting here. If someone is willing to pay the costs, we're trying to find people who want to do everything possible to avoid it. So we'll put that into our customer personas, but this is really important to bake in there and figure out, these are questions that people are asking regardless of which camp they decide to go into. So once again, hearing. So sometimes this is stuff along the lines of, once again, the marriage statistics. So 50% of marriages end in divorce. But also things along the lines of, he or she is not good enough for you. I mean, go through and the family stuff. Just think about friends and family and all the things that they say when it comes to a relationship. Sometimes it's really hard to hear from your own family that the person you care about is not good enough for you. Something along the lines of, what are they hearing from their family? I can't believe you're still with him or her. You don't respect yourself. What is the church going to think? And unfortunately, I know a lot of these things because I just recently had a friend go through this, and so I've heard some of these things from her. Of, you said this was forever. Are you a liar? I mean, these are some seriously deep questions that are impacting everything that you think about yourself and that you stand for. So just some of these things that you got to get in their brain and think about this. And you can go look at forums and Facebook and all these different things to understand what these people are going through. This is how you really get in their shoes. And if you know someone going through divorce, I would get them on the phone and ask them what they're going through right now. This is how you do great research, is by talking to people. Kind of, you're eavesdropping a little bit on internet conversations. You're looking at keyword planning to see what they're going through. I mean, this is how you do it. You dig in, you get deep. Let's come up with one or two more for hearing. You're being unfaithful to your spouse. When are you going to leave him, her? If you're in an affair, that's something you're probably hearing from the person that you're cheating with. And then, what about the kids? These are things that all tear at people's hearts. So that's all the stuff. Then let's talk about, what are they saying or doing. So I went and found a forum that, I always try and find forums or Reddit or Quora, anything like that, where people are asking questions. So a month ago, I discovered my wife is having a text, phone, email affair with a man married with 2 kids, been married 11 years, blah, blah, blah. We're getting to attend the divorce care group at church, a program designed to scare you out of divorcing. She said that's the only thing that may change her mind. So, my question, why do you want someone who doesn't love or want you? Really hope the church can spin this around. So what are they saying? Basically, he's saying, I need some help. Never thought I'd have to face this. I mean, this is the thing that there's literally a cry for help of, please help me. I want to try and save my marriage. I just don't know how to do it. So he was flight 370. So let's look what he said to him. She acted like everything's good. The kids are devastated because never saw it coming. I still love her. Response was, I know. She still loves her. So I still love him, her. Changed her mind before divorcing our family, but the problem she's been hanging out with a new group of women that seem to be instigating this. My wife is 38. Her friends are 40. Maybe because. Ooh, I think it may be menopause. That's interesting. So he's just trying to say maybe it's just hormones. Or maybe it's a mood. Maybe it's passing. Let's go with that. Holy cow. Where did all my texts go? So this is kind of just a phase. What else does he have to say? Quite sure it's only an emotional affair. I saw this on Facebook. Ugly. Gonna get Homer's book tonight. Ooh, that's good to know. Homer's book. That's what we're selling, so is that a Homer's plug? I'd clam up, maybe take a day to come around. That place, like I said, with all saved your books I've read. I've had a few of them, but she doesn't say. Or she's selfish to do this for her. So he or she's selfish. He, she is selfish. I'm doing what's best for the family. I told her she's selfish. Airline pilot got my raise, I'm making more money than ever. So my inadequacies are what drove her away. Talk about being a pilot, job, etc. So he got mad. He's saying that he got mad and considered sending his wife hard copies of the emails. Ooh. So got mad, considered taking revenge. And obviously, we're talking about a couple different types of people here. So there's some people whose marriages are just failing; they're not happy anymore, and then there's some who are part of an affair. We're kind of targeting both of them, so we may need to put our foot in both camps. But this is really the process that we have to go through to get everything out here on the table. Just very different stuff. Emotional affair only. That was the other piece that caught my eye. Not physical. So apparently, just from what I've read a little bit about relationships when it comes to cheating, males get upset at physical affairs where females get upset at emotional affairs. So that is something that we could look at our ads and make sure that we're targeting men. We talk more about the emotional side or just not the physical side. If it was only an emotional affair, here's what you can do. Those types of things. We could play around with that and see if that works. But essentially, this is our empathy map. This is so amazing. The amount of, once you go through and you complete these, you'll come back and take a look and be like, holy cow, look at everything that I assembled here from all these different places. And now I have the ability to go in and create ads that will get them, interested, get them over to our landing page, which already does a great job developing from their hell to their heaven. But this is where we have the opportunity to go through and really build messaging that says, it's like they read my mind because we did. We literally got in their shoes and read their minds. So hope this was helpful for you. Make sure if you have any questions, hit us up in the Pro League Slack channel. I'm more than happy to help you figure out how to lay yours out.